Shakira, Shakira.
What up? Book 2 is Better, brought to you by Spike TV.
Was Spike TV the one that did Most Extreme Elimination Challenge?
Wait, was that the
really racist?
I don't know if it was Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah, the like overdubbed, really racist show.
Was that racist?
Yes.
Okay. Well, when I was 10, I thought it was funny. But that,
When you-
goddamn,
when you
that is one of
watched
those
it-
things.
When you watched it at
Oh,
10 p.m.
fuck.
before the Girls Gone Wild commercials came on Comedy Central at midnight.
That's brutal. What a time. You could just go to MXC, Girls Gone Wild ads, straight into The Man Show.
Oh, the Man Show. Also, probably horrific if you actually looked at it.
Oh, it is horrific. Everyone
Yeah.
knows that. Isn't that crazy that Jimmy Kimmel has become like the centrist Democrat hero after he had a show about women with big boobs jumping on trampolines?
It's wild that he's pretty much the least hated of the late night hosts. I'm not including like Stewart and Colbert because I think they're kind of untouchable, but
I see a lot of hate for Colbert out there.
I don't watch any of them. But like compared to Corden or Jimmy Fallon,
Yeah. Yeah. Fallon has become a caricature of a human being. James Corden is mean to waiters.
yeah,
Colbert sits in like a weird limbo state where people on the actual left do not fuck with him or his Catholic ways. And obviously people on the right don't fuck with him either because he just makes Trump jokes for an hour.
yeah. But he
So-
fucks with Lord of the Rings. Heavy.
No, man, that guy, he's a lorehead. He's a certified lorehead.
He's so deep.
I wish he just kept doing Colbert Report.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wishes he transitioned from Colbert Report into doing something meaningful too. Because I feel like there was that point in politics where it was like, maybe you should take. You remember when he testified to like the Senate or Congress in character?
No, that's great. I feel like what he did is the equivalent of signing with Live Golf.
Yeah,
That's your devil's bargain, is infinite money, but assured irrelevance.
it's true. But shit,
Yeah.
I'd take a Live Golf contract.
If anyone high up at Live Golf is listening, let me know.
I
I'll
am
go
a
shoot.
sponsored professional golfer.
Oh, yeah, by a taqueria?
Yeah, shout out Maya Taqueria. Some free advertising for you. Thank
Do
you
they
for
listen?
my $300 in burrito gift cards.
Are they listeners?
No,
They don't know about it, though.
they haven't even followed up about the golf league.
They just gave you the money and never thought about it?
Yeah, for the dear listener, my indoor simulator winter golf league Tuesday night men's 20-team challenge has successfully been sponsored by Maya Taqueria in Brooklyn, New York. I thank them deeply for their t-shirt, their hat, and their burritos.
And if you're in the neighborhood, drop by.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty, but I'm probably getting fatter, so that's not great.
Maybe we'll go when I come to see Goose in
Yeah.
June or July or whenever that is.
Let's go. Right after fish. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Glub,
Travis's
glub.
first glub, glurp, glurp. Travis's
Glurp,
first
glurp.
fish show coming up in April.
My God.
I'm so excited. That's going to be a fun episode.
Oh, that's going to be wild.
I can't wait for like book 5 of Malazan plus fish sphere review.
And we have to do both on acid.
Given that I fainted the last time I did shrooms, I don't think I will be doing acid. Thank you very much.
Man. You know who's excited about the trip is Jam Boss. We spent our whole one-on-one at work today talking about fish.
That's the best.
Because
You gotta-
he went to New Year's Eve for like the 30th year in a row.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a local. He's got to go.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get a drink with him sometime.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay. That's 4.5 minutes of golf and jam. Should we talk about book?
Can we do a quick? No, I don't want to talk about the book yet. Fuck you,
the book.
listeners. We're not even going to tell you what we're doing here. We're just back. You should be excited. You should be thankful.
This is probably a decent amount of new listeners who haven't read Rockio, but alas.
We haven't introduced ourselves, the topic, or anything else, and we're having a great time. But let's do a quick content review of everything else that we're looking at. I give Breath of the Wild a 10 out of 10.
That's not a hot take.
I give
Game known as
Pokemon
great is great.
I give Pokemon Arceus a 7.9 out of 10.
I'm going to give Octopath Zero a highly subjective 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Because goddamn do I love playing that game. Is it great? I have no idea. But I'm having a good time. I'm building a town.
I love it. And I will give Kingdom the anime a 11 out of 10.
Oh my god. Shout out Lu Bu.
Fully caught up.
That's huge. Is Lu Bu doing good?
He died.
Fuck. I mean, I knew he died, obviously, like at some point.
He is dead. He was from the 4th century BCE or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's pushing thousands of years dead. What else do I have for you? Almost done with The Raven Scholar.
Nice.
I don't even know if I want to give you my thoughts on that because maybe we'll do it on the pod, but
We might.
I'm putting it into my interesting hot mess category of books.
Those are the best. Those are the most fun.
I know. That's why I want to do it on the pod, not because I loved it, but because it's fascinating in the choices that are made.
We don't do this for great literature. We do this for hot takes.
Spoofs and goofs.
Spoofs and goofs.
Yeah, what are we going to... Reading a great book? No, thank you.
Speaking of great books, though, I'm 6 books into my Dungeon Crawler Carl reread.
It's like a drug addiction.
It is.
You relapsed on DCC.
I did. As soon as my friends started reading the first book and Ange started reading book 1, I'm like, all right, I'll hit this blitz stick. I'm in.
Oh, Blitzstick. Wow, well done.
Thank you.
Desperado Club.
Did you get far enough to meet the lawyer in Dungeon Crawler Carl? Quasar?
No, I'm like halfway through book 4.
Oh, man, you're going to like him.
I'm really excited. I know. I dipped back into book 4 after like a long hiatus after book 3. And I was having that feeling of like, why am I reading anything else when I could be reading Carl? But I must go to Rome.
Yes. To Rome we go.
To Rome we go.
Do you want to introduce what we're doing here and why?
Hell yeah. Like the podcast or the book?
Yeah. Just a general introduction.
Okay. Well, if you're listening for the first time, I'm Avery. This is Travis. This is Book 2 is Better, a sci-fi fantasy read-along podcast. We just got out of basically a full year of Catholic space sci-fi hell, covering Sun Eater. So that's done. And if you're reading that, go check out those episodes. It wasn't hell.
No, it was heaven and hell.
It was heaven and hell. Yeah, we ended up a little mixed, but goddamn is that a fascinating series.
What a year, man. And it got the pod back. We started the pod in like 2023 or something and then lost momentum. And then Rockio brought us back, not as friends. We've always been friends, but brought us back as podcast co-hosts.
As lovers. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So generally speaking, we'll do one episode per, 200 or 300 pages of a book. And we're reading a book. We'll do an episode weekly and then maybe a brief break after that. So we're going to do 3 episodes on this bad boy. We're covering part 1 now, which is chapters 1 through 24. We'll do 2 more to get through the end of this book. And then we're going to jump straight into The Strength of the Few, which neither of us have read. And I should say, we've both read this book before. So we are dipping back in.
But it's been like 2 years or whatever since it came,
I remember very little.
Yeah, so it was a good reread. And again, it's Will of the Many by James Islington because we never actually said
Islington?
That. Is it?
I'll look this up before the next episode, but I'm going with Islington.
I'm going to go with Islington and just lock in on that.
Yeah, Travis's role in this podcast is to grossly mispronounce shit.
Yeah, and boy, are we going to have fun with that.
The famous astrophagy from Sun Eater. Okay. So do we want to talk about our feelings on the book, like what we remember from the reread, or do we want to do summary?
I think we do summary because we're going to get into our feelings as we go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do feelings next. I previewed this to you. I may or may not be addicted to YouTube right now. And as with all my algorithms, I find myself more inclined to engage with garbage than I am with good content. And
True.
my algo's getting a little fucked. So I
Brother,
decided,
it's been fucked for years. You've sent me the weirdest things I've ever received on social media.
oh yeah, I gave Kathy my Instagram the other day and she could not believe what she was seeing. She got into concealed carry outfits of the day,
I
which she
remember
didn't know
that.
existed, which is crazy. I thought everyone was on that.
I'm on the Diamond District NYC right now for if anybody wants my algorithm.
Yeah. Uncut Gems. Okay. So anyways, here's our summary of chapters 1 through 24 in the style of YouTube slop. Here we go. Are you looking for your next 5-star read? Do you love pyramid schemes? Then subscribe because you're in the right place. The Will of the Many is the debut novel in James Islington's Hierarchy series, and when this thing came out, readers were straight gooning over it. User Lila on Goodreads gave it 4 stars and said, "Holy shit." User Jordan Fisher gave it 5 stars and also said, "Holy shit," followed by 5 arm flex emojis. It looks like readers are going absolutely feral for this thing. But what's it about? The novel follows protagonist Viz, an orphan with trust issues, who's nothing like misborn protagonist Vin, who is an orphan with trust issues. Viz is a one-time prince whose parents got straight Bambied when the unchill Catenan Empire came to town, and the book opens with him working the night shift at a prison where inmates are used as human batteries to power the magic of the Catenan elites. Fuck. Viz catches the eye of a mysterious noble named Ulk Kiskor, and the incredible Ulk decides he needs to make out... I don't even know what the fuck I just wrote. I'm gonna try this again. The incredible Ulk decides he needs to make mogged out Rizlord Viz a part of his family, officially. Viz gets adopted like a straight up cat, which seems like a major come up from the orphan grind. Damn it, I was doing so good. No! Okay, come on, lock in. Here we go. Which seems like a major come up from the orphan grind. But sometimes the things that seem the chillest are actually the wackest, like Blumpkins. Turns out, Ulk needs Viz to nut up on his book smarts and enter the Catenan Academy to investigate the mysterious death / self-owning of his brother. With all that going on, how is Viz gonna have time to slash on his fellow co-eds? Fuck. Before Viz heads off to Dometown U, he and a future classmate head off to the capital to check out a fucking cage match. But before the games begin, Viz is contacted by his old mentor, Melior, who's on some Antifa shit against the settlers of Catan. Melior tries to recruit Viz before going full A-bomb on the crowd at the Coliseum, and Viz is forced to love tap his former dude to stop the bloodshed, which raises an age-old moral quandary. Can you slime your boy if it prevents someone else's boy from getting slimed themselves? This is heady stuff, but the next stop is the dorm room. Ka-chow. That took every strength of will to not laugh.
I was laughing.
Did you like that one?
I had a really good time. I really enjoyed that.
That was...
Ciao.
I tried to do the YouTube thing at the start, but it really turned into a Real Bros of Simi Valley thing by the end.
Oh, God. That's a 10 out of 10 content piece right there.
Thank you. I'm proud of that one.
That was good.
A lot of jokes. And I think it hit most of the major points, too. I think it was good on substance as well as style.
You also created some ongoing puns that we're going to use for the next 6 episodes. Like
I was thinking about that.
The Incredible Ulk.
Yeah, Ulk.
That was good.
I'm liking Ulk.
Better than Uli.
The Vizvin thing. What?
My Uli. I can't pronounce his name, so he's Uli.
I like that you're just skipping the C and going straight ULI.
Yeah.
Whatever. Goddamn, where do we go from here?
Bro, I don't even know.
That is hard to follow.
I mean, you summarized the whole book. We could just end the episode right here.
Yeah, maybe this is our thing.
Why don't we talk about Viz? Why don't we talk about this? Viz for... How the fuck are we going to say his name?
It's Viz.
Viz.
I mean, I've listened to a little bit of the audiobook and it's Viz. So...
All right, so let's talk about Viz.
Okay. Apple Vision Pro.
It's an island in Croatia that I visited, actually.
Oh, is he a Croat? Wait, that can't be a nice thing to say. Is that a slur?
I don't think it's.
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna look
I
that up,
don't.
and I'm
I
really
think it's
sorry if
neither
that
a
is.
slur nor the correct way to speak about Croatians.
What makes it a slur is how wrong it is. All right, sorry to
Yeah,
Croatian listeners. I know that we actually don't have any according to our stats, but we
yeah.
do
I've
have
seen the
2
map.
Nigerian listeners.
Let's go.
Um, okay. Let's talk about Viz.
Yeah, our
Do you
MC.
like the boy? How's he hitting you?
Well, you mean the perfect 17-year-old who has a day job at an orphanage, night job at a prison, has a fight club in the middle of the night, and then studies in the library after his fight club?
This boy ain't sleeping.
Yeah, fuck that,
Um,
dude. I was sleeping till noon on the weekends at 17.
dude,
That's
this is
crazy.
like such a fantasy archetype. The character who's
Yeah.
skilled in the arts of war and love and poetry.
Yeah.
If we get a point where Viz is the greatest lover in the Catenan Empire, I'm gonna scream.
Well, what's the shit? What's that unfinished stupid series with the 80 pages of fairy love that I hate?
Okay, most of our listeners probably like that stupid series.
Patrick
Name of the Wind,
Rothfuss. Yes.
the
Name of the Wind.
Kingkiller
So
Chronicles.
one of the few James Islington interviews I've read, he praises Rothfuss to the ends of the earth and back. And so I'm fairly sure book 2 we're going to get an extended lover boy scene.
Yeah, hopefully with a goddess.
Yeah, well, probably with a freaky off-worlder. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Speaking of love, what's up with the head of the orphanage trying to bang Viz
God,
as a
she's the
threat?
worst. She's the
She
absolute
stinks.
worst.
No, thank you. I gotta say, I found myself rooting against Viz in basically every situation in this section, except against that lady. Fuck that lady.
Yeah, truly just terrible. And all the kids at the orphanage really sucked too. I'm gonna give them no
I
credit.
Okay. Yeah, there's a scene where Ulk comes to adopt Viz, and there's like a little shithead 15-year-old who's like, "Are you fucking kidding? You're adopting him instead of me?" And Ulk really lays the smack down on him. And man, that was a nice one.
That
Ulk
was
is,
really
I gotta
satisfying.
say, for as frustrating as Viz can be, I'm fucking with Ulk. He may not even be a good guy,
Yeah.
but I love his mysteries and his self assuredness and his general knowing what's going onness.
Ulk is a really, really strong character in part 1 of this book. Like, he comes in
Mm,
with subterfuge and hidden identities, and he's, like, speaking Latin to the prisoner, and you can't figure out why, and he's kinda fucking with testing Vis and stuff at the
yeah.
orphanage. Yeah, and then he's, like, kind of nice, but also kind of a jerk, but I liked
Yeah.
it.
No, and it's yeah, he did such a good job setting him up, like, gives you such a good sense of this guy knowing so much more than he's letting on,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's one of the primary things driving me through the book right now is figuring out what the fuck is he actually trying to do. Um,
Yeah, and he
that's
doesn't
great.
just knowledge dump. Like, he could've, the author could have definitely, like, used him as a exposition piece to just, like, explain the whole universe to Vis, but
Yeah.
he doesn't. He tells him just as much as he needs to know in the given situation, which I find good. He's like, "Hey, are you
Yeah.
smart?" And then he figures out that, yeah, the kid's pretty smart. So he's like, "All right, well, I'll teach you a couple
Yeah.
things, but you gotta figure out more shit on your own."
He has done a pretty solid job with the exposition. Like, this is pretty fucking lore heavy, and there is
Yeah.
very much a magic system, but he drip feeds it to us in a way that feels mostly natural,
It's
except
a little,
for
yeah.
when Olkiskor makes him do math about how much will is needed to make a thing fly.
Uh,
That felt a little. We know what you're doing there, bud.
yeah. I mean, he starts well with, like, the show instead of tell where they're in the dungeon and you're, like, sapping the will and it's
Yeah.
scary and stuff, but when we're learning about pilophagy, the proportionality of the pyramid according to the level of will, I didn't
Mm,
love that as much.
yeah. I think my tolerance for being told shit as opposed to shown it is proportional to how interesting the stuff I'm being told is.
That's true.
Like, there was a massive lore dump section in Wind in the Truth, and I did like it because goddamn did I want that lore.
Yeah.
I
But
think I'm
you've been
kind of in
edging
the
on that one for, like, 6 books, so
yeah, great. Yeah, there was a lot of that was pretty earned. I know a lot of people didn't like that section, but I did. So
yeah. I will say there are some good lore dumps in this book. especially as we go on, not to tease further parts of the book to the reader, but
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
is
we'll
not
get
as it
there.
seems.
Yeah. I feel like
Look,
we haven't done enough on Viz yet, have we?
no, not
Yeah.
at all.
What else do you wanna hit on our boy?
So I think some of the parts that I didn't like about Vise, and we've kind of gotten it. We've touched on the Mary Sue character a little bit. Like, this is the perfect protagonist that the author wishes he was at 17.
Yeah.
That's a trend. Like, teenagers are just overpowered in this, as in all anime. But I think one of the other hard parts for me was like the social manipulation. I
Yeah.
actually thought the social manipulation is written really well, like from a prose standpoint. It's like the scenes where he's paying attention to everybody.
Yes, yeah.
It's very detail rich, but it gets too, he relies on it too much. Like, all of Visa's personality is like testing people and trying to figure
Yeah.
out their motivations and leading them on for future
It
benefit to himself. It's just a little too heady.
it it strains credulity at times
Indeed.
to think that in every conversation he's like, "What if I frowned to see how they would react to this frown? Yes, a frown usually engenders more truth than a smile." It's like, "Ah, shut
Right.
the fuck up, what are you talking about? You're
It's
17."
like a movie that pauses for the character, like, voiceover, and it's just a little
He's
bit too much.
he's fleabagging it.
Oh god, I love
Um,
Fleabag though.
Fleabag was really good. Um, yeah, that stuff was a little much for me. I imagine we'll get into the Mary Sue stuff more in the next section of the book when
Yeah,
he enters the academy. Um, but I think, like, even at this point, like, the idea that he's 17 and has been basically homeless for this long and speaks, like, 10 languages and is all so good at everything he touches is like, come on, like, I'm not really buying that.
yeah,
And there's nothing in this to, like, indicate to me that this is meant to be some sort of sick power fantasy where we're just, like, enjoying someone snapping necks. I think
right.
it's supposed to be grounded, and yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
not working for me.
but I will say I thought the physical side was more fun maybe than the
Yeah,
mental side for part 1. Like, him punching people in the gladiatorial arena was awesome.
yeah, and I'm sort of buying that
Yeah,
because, like, he was trained and, yeah, he has been doing nights at the theater,
yeah, and
kicking ass, so,
he's getting whipped and shit at the orphanage, and then he's he's
yeah.
he's a tough dude. Like, this guy's scrappy for sure.
Oh, he's a grinder. No, I'm no disrespect to him. I just think he needs, just be a little more chill,
I'm also
more
realizing that
self-assured.
between book 1 of Hadrian and this book, I really just wanna read Colosseum fantasy. I wanna read a gladiator novel
You're
that
into that?
it doesn't have to go anywhere. I don't need a bigger world
Well, then I don't know why you haven't watched Record of Ragnarok.
because it's a slideshow.
It's not a slideshow. It's an anime.
Yeah, it's an anime slideshow.
What does that mean?
Bad animation is what it means.
Is it?
I thought so.
It's better than Kingdom.
Okay, yeah, we don't need to get into
Well,
that.
anyways, there's basically no plot. It's just like the gods have agreed to fight men, and then Lu Bu fights Thor, episode 1.
That is kinda tight.
I know. They go straight into it. And it's like every 3 seconds, they're like, "A new technique from Thor!" Yeah.
Actually, the best version of that is Baki Hanma or whatever. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's like the super
Too deep.
muscly freaks.
No.
It's a famous one, but it is it's great. I think you'd enjoy it.
I bet I wouldn't.
No,
Um,
bastard.
okay. Coliseum Fantasy.
Coliseum Fantasy's good. What do we think about the
Yeah.
magic system? What do we think about will seeding?
I like parts of it.
Yeah,
I like the pyramid. How about that?
I do like the pyramid.
That stuff's fun. I like that he's come up with this magic system and like a sort of interesting way that it has shaped politics and the economy. Whether that's developed any more than we get here, I think is an open question.
Yep.
Um, and I recall that being one of my kind of issues with the book the first time I read it is that I think it sort of purports to be this like revolutionary story. And there's a lot of talk and hand waving about the oppression of the Octavi or whatever. But
Hmm.
like, one, those characters basically aren't in the book. And two, they're never really a point of emphasis narratively.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that we're like made to care about them through anything other than him just saying they're oppressed.
Not so much.
Yeah.
I think it's fresh in the beginning of the book because you see that prisoners are getting
Yeah.
sapped and how painful it is. But I will say, as the section goes on, you start to just hear the phrase Octavi, right? But you never actually see them. Like, they don't really have a personality. They don't, yeah. It's very much like a hidden
More
source.
Octavi representation in fiction. Thank
I,
you.
I agree. I mean, if you're going to create a very thinly veiled anti colonialist book, you should probably like talk about the oppressed a little bit more.
Yeah. Or make the people who are trying to do the revolution not straight up terrorists.
Yeah.
But
And
that's a conversation we're going to get to in a little bit.
not make the Incredible Hulk so fucking cool.
Is this going to turn into Rockio? Actually, the Empire is pretty good.
Yeah,
We
I
should.
think Emperor's got something going on here.
Oh, if that's Viz's arc, I'm going to be pissed. Oh my God. I hadn't even thought about that.
Like,
What are we going to do? Tear down our structures? What'll come next?
The structure is good. Everything needs its place.
Don't act so quickly, young man.
I actually thought when I first read the pyramid stuff, I actually thought it was going to be a clever way of like power scaling in the series. Because you can clearly determine like, oh, a Sextus, a Septimus, a
Yeah.
Quintus, and their relative levels of power. The one problem I have with that is, yeah, it feels like that power is only punching ability. Like, they don't seem smarter or
Yeah.
glowing. They can't levitate. I'm like, it feels a little weak.
Do they get hotter the more will that they take on? Or
I
can you
don't
be
think
a straight
they're
uggo?
I don't think they're like golds in Red Rising.
Oh,
But
now there's some hotties.
yeah, all 6'8"
That is a funny
toned
idea. There's
hotties.
someone who's just like Danny DeVito, but he's a Quintus or whatever.
That is how he
Strong as a
described him,
fucking
though.
ox. Huh?
Well, this might be a part 2 spoiler. I can't remember, but he shares a bath with a Quintus, and the guy's just kind of a chubber.
Oh, yeah, you're so right. No, that's in this part. That's the
in this
guy who
part, yeah.
comes to try to pull Viz in his
Mhm.
direction.
Yes.
And-
Oh, sorry,
But
Quartus.
he's got a hot
Who's
daughter.
Quartus? He
Yeah,
does.
he's got a hot daughter.
She's trouble.
Iqua.
Ooh. Maybe next up, should we talk post-adoption when the plot changes up? We meet the Anguis.
Have we covered enough before that? I know we sort of skimmed over the theater, the adoption, the conversation with the prisoner.
Yeah.
But I feel like,
That's
well,
all-
the prisoner
that's all
stuff
chill.
we'll get to because we're talking Old Kiskor later. And I guess we
Yeah.
get the adoption. Yeah, fuck it. Hold on. Can we talk about planes first?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I want to talk about Will.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes you jacked but not hot.
And not smart.
Does it also, is it just like everything juice? What I am not understanding right now, and I just don't remember enough from my first read, what the fuck is imbuing? Can you do anything? They've basically made modern tech with
Yeah.
imbuing.
I mean,
But
it goes
what are the
deep.
limitations? What are the boundaries?
It goes so deep later on as he learns more about the system of will from like an academic standpoint. But
Yeah.
even when he's talking to Uli about the hover train thing, it's like, you need to have a certain part of your mind fully focused on something, like a portion of your will, to have it
Yeah.
imbued long term, I guess.
Also, I think because you'll know more about this, how does it actually work getting will from one person to another, like either via the sappers or otherwise? Is that something you have to top up on, like you're getting gas? Or like the people at the top of the pyramid, how is that all funneling up to them?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't really know, and I don't think it gets explained super clearly. I know that when you come of age, you have to go to like a temple or like a certain monument. And
The Aurora Columni?
yes, the Aurora Columni, a leftover of the Cataclysm that nobody understands, which we'll get to.
Dude. That is like, Whoever said every fantasy is post-apocalyptic. Yeah.
with a hidden civilization. But
Yeah.
yeah, basically, then you become eligible to seed will, and you're assumedly assigned somebody like a medieval feudal structure, and so you seed
Yeah.
up to a lord, and that lord also seeds part of their will up higher in the pyramid, all the way to the primus or whoever the fuck's at the
Yeah.
top.
She's got to be Brian Johnson's blood boy.
Yeah, but they don't talk too
Forever.
much about how you split the will up. Like, assumedly, if you're in the middle of the pyramid, you're both taking and giving, like a
Yeah.
good orgy queen. And I don't know how
Did
that
it
works.
feel did it feel too mathy for you where it like took a little bit of the wonder out of it? That's what like people who don't like the Sanderson style of magic say. I don't know that I'm in that camp here, but
Yeah,
I feel like this is as mathy and systematized as magic gets these days.
I would say it borders on that, but at a certain point, we actually kind of stop talking about Will
Yeah.
altogether,
I
because
guess
he's
because it's
he's not
yeah,
seeding Will or using Will, and he's going to an academy
where they're not allowed to use
where
it.
the
Yeah, so
yeah
it is sort of off the board. Yeah, maybe
yeah,
that'll
which
be a
is
bigger
actually
thing.
that's kind of part of your original criticism. It's like, oh, well, you developed this whole hard magic system, but then we just abandon it a third of the way into the book.
Yeah. Well, we got a whole ass series to deal with it.
It's
So
true.
we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. The Angui. I
Angry,
always felt like it's saying angry with a W,
the
like a baby.
angry, or the
Yeah.
angries
Well,
are
we're
out.
angry. Never liked that.
We're not going to take it.
Okay, that's on our Islington list. Has anyone told you this? It sounds like angry.
You think he's going to interview with us after your summary? We're, we've already lost the author.
We lost Rockio early, and we might have lost Islington even earlier.
Rockio never responded to our interview request. It still makes me sad.
I still imagine that was intentional.
I do too.
Oh well. The thought of him listening to our stupid show is horrendous.
Oh my god.
Because he would not take it in stride.
No,
He would be annoyed.
he would be pretty angry.
He'd be a little angry. Okay, Quiz. Um, oh yeah. How do you find the ennui?
Well,
Interesting
what
plot thread
if
here.
what a fire start to it is their transvect gets fucking blown up. I thought we were getting into like a lull in the book. I had forgotten how action packed
I
it
thought
actually
that was
is.
so much later because I remember that shit going down, but I did not remember it happening on like page 80.
Yeah, and plus one to pacing. Like the first section really rips. You're just kind of having fun
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Um,
Every chapter has something interesting, which we were
I
saying
honestly
too
think
before we
every
started recording.
chapter is like in a separate location, honestly, too, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
fact
It
check
feels like
that,
the only
but
place where he sat still was like mini anime training arc before he
mhm,
goes off to the Bloodbath Coliseum.
true. But yeah, the Angui is hype when it starts because Uli just pops a dude's head for lying to
Yes.
him.
That's nuts.
I was like, oh shit. And then he
Yeah.
gets sniped, which was pretty fire.
Yeah. The fascinating, like, whatever tech they have to debilitate him is
Yep.
very interesting. And obviously, like, after we see the whole scene in the Coliseum, the Angui are onto some shit. And I don't know how
Yeah.
or where they got it, but my goodness. I'm assuming it's from the pre cataclysm tech world.
Right.
But
And also very freaky if you are a proponent of the Catenan system, because one little arrow or little spell can get rid of all the will that you hold over everyone.
not so good.
Not so
As we
good.
see again in the Coliseum, they cast a silence spell.
Yeah. Um, but okay, I didn't love. So this was the start of the Ennui for me being a little too overly convoluted. It's like,
Yeah.
just kidnap the guy and knock him out. But there's like, we need to, we need to rendezvous in a month at a specific location.
No. We're busy now.
Yeah.
At
We can't
Falls.
talk. This guy's knocked out, but we certainly can't talk here. I don't know. It kind of comes around towards the later parts of the book where you get more of the full plot, but um, it's a silly start.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to time skip us to the Coliseum.
Yeah.
I was I was pretty bummed with Melior's whole approach to the revolution.
What, kill as many as people as possible and then kill yourself?
They're all complicit. Kill the innocents. Like, what the fuck? Man, that I get what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
He wants to put Viz like in this spot where he's torn, like, and yeah, doing the revolution's not going to feel completely good all the time.
right.
But having the other side of that be, let's kill 1,000,000 innocent people today. No, come on, that's not very interesting.
Yeah, and part of it is like this political track of the book that is asking you to think about like a big question, like, are the citizens of Germany complicit in the Nazi war crimes, right? Like,
Yeah,
because you were a farmer tending your field in, a corner of the country and not paying attention to bad things that were going on, does that mean you're a bad
yeah.
person? So I get where he's going
And,
with it.
and like Viz says that, but his
Yeah.
foil is a crazy person
Yeah.
who has no nuance. It's like, well, they decided, kill him.
Yeah.
Um, the weirdest shit was like he gives this grand speech after he interrupts the boat gladiator battle. He's like, "Remember this, join us. Explode your head also." Like, what? You didn't really give him much of a chance to join you. You did just start popping heads
Yeah.
seconds after you said that.
It's wild. And it's like, talk about radicalizing the guy that you were trying to bring over to your side. You just killed like
Yeah.
10,000 people in front of him.
And that seems enormously counterproductive.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get people on your side, I don't think killing everyone's friends and neighbors is a good decision.
Yeah. I will
Maybe
say,
a more
I think there's
targeted strike.
more than meets the eye to the Ennui strategy.
I hope so. And
Yes.
I do trust. It does feel, well, I remember this being a very well plotted book. So,
Mhm.
yes,
Yes.
I'm
But
excited to see what comes.
a pro here is that even like 150 pages in the book, we already have like 4 interwoven plot lines and different groups with different motivations, and they're not
Yes.
all super simple. Like, there's Uli, who wants revenge in an investigation into his brother's death, but also like an adopted child to be a spy for the military interests.
Yeah.
There's Weiss, who's like, I don't really know what he wants long term, except, fuck the man. And
Yeah.
then, the Ennui, so just Angui.
Angry. Yeah. No, there's a ton of information withheld, but I think he's really good at posing these interesting questions
Yeah.
in kind of every plot. Every plot just feels like there's a bunch of interesting shit that he is going to deliver to us by the end of the book. And
Yeah.
I think he will. I got some faith in the plan. So
Good.
yeah, good stuff. How do you find Olkiskor's dead brother, who may or may not have killed himself?
Well, the guy's he's a little bit chicken up over it. Poor guy. I think it's honestly a good excuse to go investigate. I enjoy that as like a motivation for the plot moving forward. I think he's probably a little too serious about it.
About the investigation?
Yeah.
I disagree because I'm assuming there's another layer, which, like, yes, obviously he's dying to know what happened to his brother, but he knows some magic shit about
Yeah.
what's going on. And I think he's maybe just as interested in that as he is in his brother. I'm reading between the lines a little bit, but I
Right.
assume it's not just figure out what happened to my brother. It's also what's religion cooking up over there.
Yeah. I just think everyone at the estate was a little too grumpy.
Althea's fucking cranky. Not
Lanistia,
a good teacher. Well, maybe a good teacher, but
Cadmos, and Lanistia.
what'd I say?
I don't
Lannistia?
know. Analthea.
Is Cadmos his name?
Yeah. He's the house butler,
No, I know who you're talking about. Dude, I
who's
am
also a
so
surgeon.
rough. I'm so rough with names. Hold on, I'm gonna find if I'm gonna find this. This
The
is
wi
fun.
the wife is Relucia.
Ooh, loveless marriage alert.
Ooh, she's a woman of business, and she is
Absent
not in the
wife.
household. Very absent.
They said in this society, women are expected to be in the house.
Yeah, that
She's
was actually
breaking the
interesting.
rules.
There was like a note about how when women get to like a certain age, they legally need to be married or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what exactly it said, but I was like, oh, interesting.
There's some weird shit about reproduction in
Mhm.
the Empire. They want people married, they want people having babies, which I guess makes sense because they need people for the will pyramid.
It's true.
I'm still trying to
Um,
find this guy's name. Cadmos.
yeah,
Is that what
Cadmo.
you said?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
thanks for verifying. I didn't have the page up or anything like that.
Mm, oh, you had it up?
Yeah,
Why did you? Okay, you could have told me that.
you should have trusted me, man.
Smack me down when I need to be smacked down. Um, what do you think about Lannistia?
Well, I
She's
thought
just
it
a
was
bundle of charm.
she's a bundle of charm. I also thought it was fascinating that she was his brother's lover. That was a good
That was
reveal.
really cool because I was wondering the whole time. I was thinking, like, is this actually his lover
I
of his
was wondering
course?
that at first,
Yeah.
like, oh, how does she fit in here? But and also like clearly she got messed up at the academy with the blindness and the eyes
Yeah.
being poked out and stuff. But um
Yeah.
I mean that being said, pretty impressive that she can use will like oh who's the Superman, the blind Superman?
Daredevil.
Daredevil. She's Daredevil. That was cool.
She's daredeviling it.
Maybe she's a lawyer too. You never know.
Like She-Hulk, attorney at law.
No, Daredevil is canonically a
Oh,
lawyer in Brooklyn or
I'm not
Hell's
a
Kitchen. Sorry.
superhero guy. she. Wait, that would be a great show. She-Hulk, attorney at law, and Daredevil, attorney at law, do law.
They go in house at Marvel Inc.
Their goal is to stop billing. Damn, I had some other thought, and now it's gone. Now it's fucking gone. Whatever,
It's
that'll come back to me.
gone. Oh.
The whole imbuing the air so she could see things. I'm taking that at face value. I do not understand it and cannot picture it.
No, it was really hard to understand, but it felt badass, and I just accepted it on its face and had decided I'm gonna have a good time reading this.
She's imbuing air at 2,000 times a second.
And that's actually like
That's her frame rate.
yeah, it is. She's 8,000 FPS.
4K.
Yeah. A lot of the like Reddit commentary and Goodreads commentary I read about this book is like split into two camps. It actually wasn't quite the fully positive reception I remember around this book. There's a lot of haters online. Um,
Mm,
and a lot of the haters are like, basically, if you stare at this too long, it falls apart into a series of sloppy tropes and like unexplained magic systems. And then
oh.
the people who like
You,
it are like, shut the fuck up, nerd. Read fun book.
right now, I'm in read fun book mode.
Me too. I was in read
I'm
fun
not in
book
hater
the whole
brain.
time.
Have you seen? I remembered what I was going to say. Have you seen the donkey video about amnesia?
Of course, I've seen the donkey video.
Alistia got amnesia.
Amnesia.
That was the one thing. I was like, oh, she doesn't remember anything. Oh, shut. Really? Okay.
I mean,
That's
there
convenient, isn't it?
truly in the rest of this novel, there will be bigger groaners. Like having read the whole book, like wait till we get to part 3, bro.
In
Like we're
what
gonna be
draft did she
groaning.
get amnesia? Because I imagine it wasn't the first. I bet he was in draft 3. He's like, fuck. She would
He's like,
know
wait
this,
a
wouldn't
minute.
she? Oh,
She would have a
no.
vivid memory of what happened.
All right, I'm going to reach into the bag of tricks.
Amnesia.
Amnesia. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, the one other cool part I thought about Will and eyesight is that anybody who's sextus and above gets to wear cool eyeglasses.
Yeah, that's fun. It's like
That was
Black
fun.
Prism.
Yeah, that was cool. I
Yeah, I
enjoyed
like
that.
shades. You don't see a lot of shades in fantasy.
No, you should see more. I agree.
Yeah, why aren't people rocking fucking Oakleys out there? Dude, imagine Brienne of Tarth and Oakleys.
God, that
You
would be
kidding me?
sick.
You
Also,
kidding me?
dude,
Transitions lenses?
wouldn't you have just had really sore eyes in the medieval times?
What do you mean? Oh, from being out in the sun all day?
Yeah.
Well, weren't the first, dude, I don't know where I got, this is something I learned when I was a kid and it really stuck with me, that people made I think masks for swimming underwater from polished tortoise shells.
That's so cool.
Isn't that badass?
We're such dicks to nature, though.
Just what, like environmentalism?
No, like, let's kill this turtle and polish its shell to see if we can see through it.
Call me crazy, but I'm looking at that shell. That looks like it would fit right over my eyes.
I had another nature thought today. It really sucks that birds don't have arms.
I mean, yeah, they'd be OP though.
But, like, they're evolved from dinosaurs. You would think that they wouldn't evolve to have fewer arms.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen that series where some guy does like nature documentaries as though the whole world is an RPG?
I have not, but that sounds
He does
good.
like an hour-long deep dive on the bird class.
Nice.
How
Oh my
they're
God.
great at piercing damage.
Oh, before
Um,
Snoop became a sellout Trumper, I really enjoyed the Snoop Dogg nature commentary too.
Damn
Have you
nature,
seen
you're
those?
scary.
Yeah. The little
Well, there's a
lizard
real,
escaping.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was pretty good. That was an electric video. It really was.
So good.
Is Snoop a big Trumper now?
Yeah. He chased the
Mm.
money. He'll do whatever for money.
If you get rich enough, at some point you stop wanting to be taxed, and then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to Trump.
It's pretty true.
Mm, sad.
Yeah.
Lost another
Well,
one. Oh well.
let's talk about some foreshadowing from the training arc. Speaking of, good segue.
Yeah, dude, that was smooth. Hit me,
Thanks.
because I don't know what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say, there were a couple funny parts of Estate Life where he starts like getting prepped for the academy. Uh, the really blatant foreshadowing that this labyrinth trial was created when the new guy took over the academy, and it's not at all suspicious.
Yeah.
That he starts practicing for. I was giggling a little bit about that. Um, and then I also had, okay, this was my least favorite scene of part one of this book. He's fighting against like Lanistia, and he's narrating his punches and moves like that was seen in Sherlock. Not the good Sherlock show, but the bad Robert Downey Sherlock movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but it like
No.
it's slow it's slow-mos like a bare knuckle boxing. Whoa. Bare knuckle
Good job.
boxing. Thank you. Sequence. And he's like, oh, feints left, punch, jab, straight to ribs, like one uppercut, 40%
Parry,
damage.
riposte, point.
Yeah. And he does that in the middle of a fight, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're not that cool.
He's not that cool.
He's not that cool.
But okay, you know what my least favorite part was? His supposed tutor who's trying to prepare him, trying to choke him out in the middle of the night and ask him to name the 3 relationships of will. What
It's
the fuck
effective.
was that?
It was effective.
Why did she ask him and eat? Dude, see, this is where I think it's better to leave some things unsaid, because there's a lot about, oh, okay, you need to be so educated and familiar with all these complex subjects to be ready for the academy. And then when he's getting choked out by his teacher, she's asking a question a 3-year-old could answer. And
Yeah.
that's supposed to be the hard thing. It's just, it'd be like me getting choked out and like, what is a tort? I was like, yeah, I could probably answer that if I chose to. I'd be more worried about getting choked. But like, I don't know. It's like, I think it's better to just allude to the complexity of the subjects than try to actually build in complexity and just let us imagine it. But the more that you try, dude, it's like when fucking Sanderson tried to get philosophical in like the
Mhm.
last book, and he ended up writing the world's dumbest scene with Yasna. So,
Yeah. That is a hard part of this book, is that it wants to have both sides where like you translate the word Rex to me and pretend I don't know a little Latin, even though the whole historic language is based in Latin.
the
But then
king of the
on
tyrannosaurs.
Rex. But then on the flip side, you get into like, categorical imperatives of relational will in a multi-imbued fractional system in your academic prep. But it's just like, I don't know. Pick a side.
It is the bell curve meme.
Yeah.
And he's right in the fat part of the bell curve,
It's true.
saying something complicated that's not smart.
It's true. I will say,
That's a
okay,
little leery.
I'll give Vise some credit as a character. I did enjoy that he was somewhat reflective about his growth as a person. at different points in this first part. He is annoyingly good at lots of stuff, but like when he fails at things, he's like, oh, this is probably what I need right now. I thought I was a little bit too clever for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. And on the flip side, he kind of has it out with Lannistia,
Yeah.
and she gets a little, she's, you know what? Maybe I was a little bit of a dick. I
Yeah.
like that. We
There are
like
some good
communication,
human
growth.
elements in here. Again, like good writing. I'm enjoying this.
Your baby thinks people can't change.
Damn.
Yeah, people can't change.
People can change.
Okay. Did we cover everything at the Coliseum?
Pretty much. I mean, he ends up stabbing his old mentor in the head on accident.
I think his mentor stabs himself.
Yeah, basically. But he looks like a fucking hero.
He does. Yeah, he gets some sort of honorific from the Catenan government while he's in a mild coma for a week.
Catenicus.
Yes. Travisius podcastus.
Podcastus. Pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. It'd be nice if it came with like money or privilege.
Yeah, give me something. Give me a car. Give me a fucking transfect. I guess we should talk a little bit about what he does. Obviously, the
Yeah,
result is heads getting popped, which is very gory. Didn't remember it being that
right.
gory. What on earth is this magic he's using?
Yeah, I mean, he sits down, so very
I love
non-threatening.
the Buddha pose.
Yeah. Also, the whole Colosseum section was quite wild with everybody fighting a naval battle. I did enjoy that. But he basically like he described it like he's phasing in and out of existence 100 times a second. So he's creating like a distortion wave around him, and it sends
Yeah.
that wave targeted into the audience and just pops heads.
Yeah.
And everybody's will is turned off. Like nobody can access
Yeah, that's
the will.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good news for the settlers of Catan. And when Viz gets close to him, he is briefly taken to or gets a glimpse of another place with a big old pyramid.
Yes.
What's up with that?
A
What's up
freaky,
with that?
like upside down world.
Yeah. There's
Alternate
really
dimension.
like nothing we can say about it other
No.
than I'm excited to hear more.
Yeah, other than clearly the Angui have access to some freaky power that is not
Yeah.
public knowledge and probably is pre-cataclysm.
It has to be pre-cataclysm. Wouldn't be. He's
Wouldn't
deep
be
in
a
his bag
sci-fi
of
novel.
tropes. He's not going to leave that one in.
Also, when all I was thinking with the cataclysm is that in Pokemon Arceus, the main character lady fell out of a space-time distortion in the sky, and it feels like the same stupid shit.
Man, what came out first, this or Arceus? I got questions.
I don't know. Yeah, copycat much?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, next question for James Islington.
So the one other maybe like hidden nugget here is that when I forget the Angui lady's name, the Angui lady, I forget her
Angui.
name, but when she's with Melior, she stabs Vis with the stylus real quick to get his blood on it.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like a
the only
blood
time,
magic.
It's not the only time Viz's blood gets taken under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah,
Or scrapings of his dry skin, which I found horrible.
I did too.
Yeah, someone shows up to the estate and does like a weird official physical that no one really knows why. Again, that's like another thing I can't even begin to theorize because we don't know enough. Like,
no idea. But clearly blood is important to some sort of magic in this system, whether it's targeting or studying or creating powers or something. I don't know.
Is Viz going to be the specialist boy? Does he have special blood?
He can blood bend. The forbidden water bending technique.
Can he blood bend?
No.
Oh, I was like, oh, damn. That's pretty useful. Don't call me dumb. I thought I missed something.
Yeah, basically after he's a hero, he gets questioned like 40 times in this section. We haven't talked about all the times he gets questioned by different people. The lie is somehow holding up. He's just an incredible liar. He's holding
No, it's
80
fine.
different lives
Yeah.
in his head. Whatever. That's just a trend, this whole novel.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
There's another example of the calculation that I found a little tedious. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
I've remembered the names of my fake mentors, and I've told everyone the same one with the same spelling.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
I
And
I
it's
get it.
impossible to find them because the civilization doesn't keep written records, so you can't verify or deny.
They got amnesia.
Amnesia, brother.
Man.
Yeah,
Remember
this
that
guy's
movie about when Ed Sheeran remembered the Beatles and no one else did?
Oh, that's silly. I'm glad I never watched that.
Damn.
You
Maybe
remember
that's
when
our
Ed
next
Sheeran was
episode.
in Game of Thrones for an episode?
Yeah, he sang a song. He's yeah.
And that was the beginning of the end of television.
And my bed sheets smell like you.
Oh, I mean,
Sheer dog.
I think we kinda crushed it. I think that's pretty much part 1.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
It's actually, man, did we feared that we wouldn't have as much to say about these books because we didn't have Chris Rocchio trying to fucking write poetry and citing the ancient holy texts all the time? Kind of feeling true.
Yeah, I will say
We need more fodder for the pod.
it's refreshing to read something where I don't have to, like, groan or write a page of notes or look 4 phrases up every page.
That is
Um,
fun.
but it is a little bit simplistic. I will say, I think each section of this book as we go, we will have more to talk about.
Yeah. Um, I don't even know if this was clear. I really like the start of this book. I
Yeah.
I had very mixed feelings about the book the first time I read it, and had no clue how this was gonna hit me coming back in. But this is fun. This is like a really good page turner. I see why a lot of people loved this book.
A
The
agree.
appeal is obvious at this point.
I agree, yeah, I'm glad we gave it a revisit because the first time I read it, I had just read,
Yeah.
I think, the first 2 or 3 books of Red Rising, and so going back into, like,
Yes.
Hunger Games light type stuff was,
Mhm.
you know, it sucked. So,
Yeah.
I was fed up. So I'm actually glad that I have
Yeah.
a fresh look at it, and
And, like,
it's fun.
if you're not bothered by Viz, then this probably rips. Like,
Yeah.
Viz was, like, kind of my main issue with this thing. And
Yeah.
that's not just a lot of people are not gonna be bothered by Viz, and if
Right.
that's the case, banger.
Yeah, but if you hate this, it doesn't get much better. So, I mean,
People
take that with a
can't
grain of salt.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will
Yeah,
always be an overachiever.
yeah, he's gonna be stunting on some hoes at the, Academy of the Elite, who are, in fact, all buffoons, so
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Um, I would normally we do predictions, but given that we've read the book,
Yeah, I don't
that
wanna
would
just
feel a
name
little on
everything
the
that
nose.
happens.
And whatever, pre-cataclysm, I feel like that's been our thing.
Yeah,
Uncovering ancient forbidden tech.
exactly.
And,
Ooh, spooky.
yeah, very, very spooky. Anything else before we go?
No, we covered the birds without arms thing. We covered
Amnesia.
amnesia. Those are the big plot points.
That's what I had written down.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
well,
why does every fantasy world need its own version of chess? I'm just gonna throw that out there.
oh
Fuck
yeah,
that.
you were pissed off.
It's just like they always build these half-assed, like, upgraded versions of chess that are like war strategy. So this one is foundation, and obviously he's elite at it and very good and blah blah blah. So I don't know.
My question is, in our world, are people who are really good at games good at other stuff? I say no.
So okay. Here's a hot take.
I
I think
I don't
a
know
lot
that
of
I
people
would.
I think a lot of people that are
Go
really good
ahead.
at chess are really good at memorization and pattern analysis and matching. So
Yeah.
they're really good at things like poker or like chemistry and stuff where it's like
Yeah.
you need to know a bunch of formulas and you need to know how to like analyze chess probabilities on the fly.
But
But
does that
you're not good at like
translate to
soccer.
becoming the valedictorian of an academy of all of the best and bright? Like, if I just took
Yeah.
the best StarCraft player in the world and fucking
Brother, they dropped out of high school 4 years ago.
They're deep in the Russian winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
point,
mean,
yes,
that's
I
a
don't know
good
if the
point, yeah.
best StarCraft player in the world is going to be really good at rugby, but I would guess
Right.
no.
But Vise is really good at rugby and chess and academics and socialization and
And Duolingo.
yeah.
Well, he's just a special boy. If we learned anything from Sun Eater, sometimes people are just great and you got to give them control of the world.
I mean, it's the great men theory. There's a reason it's called great.
Yeah, this is a great man.
Yes, he
And
is.
that's how this ends. She's like, well, if I'm at the top of the pyramid, it's going to be fine.
How sick would it be if this is a world crossover with Hadrian by the end of the series?
They've quietly had a plan all along.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy about it, but it would also be great for the podcast.
I think more authors should like combine worlds in really fucked up ways to mess with their audience.
Yeah. That would be fun. Yeah. Now I'm just trying to think who I want to cross over.
Right.
Dalinar ends up in The Corrections by Jonathan Franzen.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun. You could have a mixed grill.
I could see like the Black Tongue Thief being part of the Mistborn universe. You know, there's some crossovers.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
No, I want Carl and Donut to find Dalinar on the 10th floor.
Oh, God, it'd be good. I mean, there were some truly, as a kid, there were some great episodes where like Family Guy and Simpsons crossed over.
Were there great episodes?
There are like 2 that I remember.
There were episodes.
Well, it was a lot funnier when I was like 11.
Yeah. That was the weirdest shit, that era where you would get commercials like, tonight, Kid Rock on Simpsons.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, why is that any better than normal Simpsons?
Oh, man.
Okay. Speaking of Spike TV, I guess we got to go.
Yeah. It was a great return. I'm so happy we're back.
Incredibly back.
We're going to release another episode as fast as Avery can read because I've already read the whole book and 6 Dungeon Crawler Carl since you started reading.
Yes, if you would like to get in touch with us, all of our stuff is in the show notes. Reddit, email, or that's about it.
Yeah, but shoot us all your inane comments and we'll try our best to debate you or insult you or just laugh with you. So
we don't insult people. We're very nice online, except for to Chris Rocchio specifically.
Or if you are a defender of anti-communist propaganda.
Man. I hope that our audience isn't like 80% New Republic readers again. That made me really sad.
Okay. The Roman Empire. Well, we are back in the Roman Empire, so good luck.
Yeah, fuck, you're so right. Well, with that, thank you for listening, and we will be back in roughly a week with more gooning.
To the next episode.
Ka-chow.